streets of
King Von.
Chicago, savages were constantly around.
King Von look like his main eye was his mom in that young photo.
Who would notoriously
nigga said King Von look like his main eye was his mom in this photo. Yo, why you say that, nigga? Hey, I'm just saying that nigga come hunt you down, nigga. He's a demon.
Become known as King Von. Von was a different type of dark. He would allegedly murder
this nigga's a demon, bro. It's not a fucking. This nigga's a fucking demon.
His rivals and commit other acts of violence.
But was that a fucked up individual?
Literally,
no, it was
bro.
a demon living in Vaughn.
Something's wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man. Nigga was the devil, man.
He would then proceed to document his violence on social media, mocking the deaths and making clear how prideful he was about his savagery. As time would go on, he would become a successful rapper, and music would be a new way to document his violence in an artistic format, but still in a way that he...
What the fuck, nigga? Music will be a way to document his violence in an artistic form. What the fuck we talking about here, nigga? Like this... Nigga, what? Music is a way of this nigga say how he killed them motherfuckers. He didn't know music cause he... Yo, what the... This nigga's actually a fucking devil, nigga. He's a
was
demon.
able to glorify his dark behavior.
What the fuck?
Von's life is marked by a series of
They killed my daddy, I couldn't even go to sleep.
traumatic events, environmental pressures, and
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, look. Give it a buck, alright? Let's be honest here.
behavior. Von's life is marked by a series of traumatic events,
My nigga, this nigga did not look like he was gonna be a fucking murderer, bro. This looked like a good kid, bro. That would probably went to like a community college, do like plumbing and shit and become a fucking plumber, nigga. Now look at him. Who's that?
environmental pressures, and
that
personal
Chip?
choices that have shaped his psychological makeup. His alleged violence and actions have been documented many times by now, but this isn't one of those. This is a deep dive into the mind of King Von, to understand his psychology and explore his evil.
Bro, what the fuck? Why are you talking about this nigga like he's fucking Michael Myers, bruh? Like this nigga, now he dead ass might be the real life Michael Myers. No bullshit. The projects of prison, and the trick is they make you stay in the project for life. Oh, you right. The city make money off drugs and things, and killing in the streets. Damn, so it's different than what I'm thinking. So like pretty much the project is like a jail, right? If you don't know how to get out of it, you get stuck in that environment, and then you just get trapped, pretty much.
Who you like up for?
A body and two. I'm sorry?
There are murder cases on his file that he beat. He gets released because the witnesses come up dead.
Some people need to be gone, bro, in order for shit to get better.
Yo, no way this nigga talk. Yo, this nigga says some people need to be gone in order for shit to get better. That's the only way she'll get paid.
He one of them.
Yo. Yo, this is crazy.
When trying to understand why someone is the way they are, a good place to explore is their childhood. Von was predominantly raised by his mother Natasha, who also had 3 other children. Von's dad, Walter Bennett, was in and out of prison and had made a name for himself in the streets. He went by the name Silk and had ties to the Chicago street gang, the Black Disciples, or BDs. However, being in this life rarely comes to a good end, and Silk's end was deadly.
Yeah, sniper. I hit him with a sniper rifle. Hey, at the fucking skate rink, but you know, that's another story.
Shot dead with a sniper rifle.
Cause basically they make it comfortable in the projects. For example, the police station, the stores near is very convenient. That's why people stay in. They got no motivation to make it out. What? Nigga, being in the project should be a motivation to make it out, nigga. Why would you want to stay in the projects? I'm not a project kid no more. I'm in the suburbs now. What do you talk? I get what you're saying though.
Von would lose his father at the age of 11 years old. This would not only hurt him, but create a bigger void in his childhood.
Damn.
Whether his dad was...
Yeah, that nigga he looked like he was finna kill some niggas down. Boy, look at that smile, bro. That nigga look like the devil emoji.
was alive or not. Him being in the streets a lot before his death deprived Von of a stable male role model, which can impact a child's development of identity, self-esteem, and understanding of societal norms. In fact, Von's stepfather was a drug dealer too, making...
Yo, that's crazy. That nigga stepdad was a drug dealer too. You don't understand. Some people don't want to make it out. King Von never made it out because he tied to the streets when he wouldn't have to because he rapped. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get okay, little, right? All right, so pretty much what you're saying, like, I understand what you're saying though. I'm not, like, he made it out, right? But mentally he was still stuck in the street. You feel me? Because he lived by the street code that, like, kind of like, what do you call, like, that's what he grew up to. Yeah, he made it out as in, like, he got money now. He didn't have to be there, but he's so stuck in that street mindset that he chose to be there because he's just a street nigga. You feel me? I'm not. He's out. You know. I get what you're saying. You're right. You're definitely right.
Drug money that could buy Von and his siblings nice shoes. So in terms of having someone to motivate him to get out the hood, that was void. The streets would have been glorified in his young, impressionable eyes. Being raised in South Chicago, Von had a lot of bad influence around him. Violence was a daily occurrence, and he picked up on it fairly quickly.
I just like being outside. You know, one of the little boys that like sneaking out, just being outside all day, just doing bad shit. The gun.
Yo, what the fuck? Niggas, I want that little boy that go outside and do some bad shit.
All that shit ain't come to play till like what, late 8th grade or some shit, 7th, 8th grade when it really got to that point where you.
Nigga, what the fuck? 7th grade, this nigga was playing with guns? What the fuck is this kid, nigga? 7th grade, you know what the fuck I was doing, my nigga? I was running from dogs, nigga. The fuck? Playing guns?
You gotta hurt somebody or somebody trying to hurt you and you gotta protect yourself.
So from potentially as young as 13 years old, Von would bring guns into school for protection. Instead of being able to focus on education and developing career prospects, Von had to worry about staying alive and making it through the school system without ending up a statistic. It's easy for people in privileged positions to...
7th grade, he was playing with guns. Playing with guns, 7th grade, I was playing with my dick. Come on, let's be fucking serious, my nigga. Like, let's be fucking serious, bro. Like, you don't have to make it nasty, bro. Like, you don't have to tell me you was playing with your dick in 7th grade. I don't give a fuck about it. Why would you do that, bro? Like, I dead ass don't care. I didn't ask you either. I really did not ask you. It didn't need to be explained. I don't need to know that information. Why are you passing extra information when you know I don't give a fuck about? You just ruin my fucking day, nigga, with that zesty shit, bro. We done with that shit, bro.
Look down on gang members causing violence in the streets, but growing up in the ghetto with prevalent crime and poverty exposes individuals to violence, instability, and limited opportunities.
You don't have a choice. Either you're gonna become this type of person or you're gonna get wiped out. So you come outside, you could be on, I wanna get a job, I wanna be on the cool shit, you can't do it because they don't take it from you. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's true. Like, nigga, it's pretty much like a jungle, nigga. You kill or get killed. So it's like, my nigga, do I wanna get killed? No. Do I want to survive? No, nigga. I want to leave. So I become a demon myself. You feel me? It's pretty much that situation.
Different.
This environment can normalize illegal activities and desensitize individuals to violence, where it's almost an inevitable outcome for someone in this environment
That's like
becoming affiliated with a gang. Around age 14 or 15, Von would move to the Parkway Gardens housing development. At the time, it would be known as Wick City, but after a member of the gang named O.D. Perry was murdered, they renamed it O Block in his memory. O Block.
Oh shit, O Block was renamed on that, guys. That's great. So he a legend.
Would be the block called Tukaville, which, for the same reason as O Block, renamed their gang in remembrance of their murdered member, Tuka.
Oh, shit.
Joining a gang can provide a sense of belonging and protection. As Von's life would go on, you'd notice he's very much a people's person. He'd love talking and love hanging out with his associates, so being in a gang gave him that sense of belonging, especially one where they get to share their interest in deviance. But being in a gang also immerses individuals further into a culture of violence and
O Block Muslim now? What do you mean? What do you mean O Block Muslim? Everybody on O Block is Muslim now? Oh, cause of Lil Durk? Oh shit.
retribution. As mentioned, these rival gangs had both lost members, but it would continue to be a tit-for-tat beef, one that Von would inevitably have to involve himself in. The close proximity between the two gangs and a lack of policing in the area made it easy to kill and have a lower chance of being caught, and therefore allowed members to have the potential of getting away with murder.
We're going to take you now to Chicago, where this past weekend at least 52 people were shot, 8 of them killed in a wave of violence.
Come on, let's be serious, nigga. Nigga said Von look like he snuck deep in this pit. Hold on, let me see. Nigga said Von look like he sucked dick in this pit. Yo, stop playing, bro. Them old block niggas finna come get you, boy. I didn't say that, by the way. Some guy in my chat said that. Want no smoke with y'all. Y'all got it.
Of policing in the area made it easy to kill and have a lower chance of being caught, and therefore allowed members to have the potential of getting away with murder.
We're going to take you now to Chicago, where this past weekend at least 52 people were shot, 8 of them...
Huh?
Take you now to Chicago, where this past weekend at least 52 people were shot.
52 people were shot? Is this a fucking civil war? What the fuck is this?
8 of them killed in a wave of violence across the city. What is going on there? Here's Chris Bury.
Von would first go to prison age 16 for armed robbery. Whilst in prison, Von would come out to multiple friends losing their lives in the streets. He would later exclaim how much this hurt him, saying these deaths changed his plans, and now he has to get his hands dirty and pull his mask out. So after losing these friends in 2012, Von would feel vengeful, and allegedly his violence would intensify. His own friend would later say,
in 2012, everybody couldn't hang with Von. If you was hanging with...
Niggas said my days to get arrested a lot. He robbed the store. Damn, your dad was a bum, nigga. Sold drugs. That nigga was a bum ass nigga, man. Shit, that nigga was a stupid nigga, man. Damn, my nigga. Man, your dad was goofy as hell, nigga. And I'm trolling. I don't want no smoke with your dad, nigga. I'm trolling, but damn, your dad really...
Von, you had to accept everything that came.
Hold on.
In 2012, everybody couldn't hang with Von. If you was hanging with Von, you had to accept everything that came with Von. You had to accept that you was gonna be in shootings, accept that it was gonna be that, and you had to be with it.
However, something would happen.
Damn, nigga said in 2012 you couldn't hang with Von. Like, that nigga's like 2018 LeBron James, my nigga. That shit crazy. That nigga got crazy stats in the hood, nigga. 2012 you couldn't hang with Von. If you hang with Von, you gotta accept everything that comes with it. That's crazy.
In that year that I believe really made Von go that one step further. On the night before his 18th birthday, Von and his friend Tony Dunn, known as White White, would go to a store. Von went in whilst White White waited outside. Von heard gunshots and ran outside, only to find his friend bleeding out on the floor.
Damn.
In the early hours of King Von's birthday, White White would be pronounced dead. Von would later say in his music that this event is what would turn him into a demon.
Damn, White got killed, I seen it. I was right there, still can't believe it. She turned me into a demon. Damn.
Von losing close friends and even watching his friend die in the street were traumatic experiences that could have led to post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, characterized by emotional numbness, hyperarousal, and intrusive memories. All of these are particularly important symptoms to focus on.
Hold on.
But the key factor in Von becoming...
What you talking about? You said, hot take, before King Von murdered those people, he fucked them before. Yo, nigga.
Demon would have been the emotional numbness. After seeing something so brutal, he no longer had any emotional barrier to murder. It was just an action, and retaliation by murdering someone else was just something that needed to be done. Within the next...
shit. So that nigga got so used to like losing his friends, and like murder became like, damn, that nigga just going. It is what it is. I'm gonna be going too. So I might as well just kill these niggas too.
3 months, Von would allegedly be involved in 2 murders. On the 13th of October 2012, he alongside his right-hand man and best friend T-Roy would allegedly shoot and murder a 17-year-old boy named Modell. Not even 3 weeks later, on the morning of October 30th, 23-year-old Derek Johnson, known as Crack, would drop his little cousin to school before going to get a coffee. Not long after, shots would ring out and Crack would be face down with 16 bullet holes in him, including his neck, chest, back, and face. Von once more was heavily implied as the...
Go 10 seconds back and pause to when he was shirtless.
Von would allegedly be involved in 2 murders. On the 13th of October 2012, he alongside his right-hand man and best friend T-Roy would allegedly shoot and murder...
What are you talking about? To when he was shirtless, there's no... Oh, right here. Alright, what happened? Alright, right here, what happened? Why Von look like the nigga from Avatar? Okay, bro, you want nigga, them niggas gonna come fucking kill. Yo, stop playing with the whole block niggas, they gonna fucking kill you. Yo, stop playing, my nigga.
That needed to be done. Within the next 3 months, Von would allegedly be involved in 2 murders. On the 13th of October 2012, He, alongside his right-hand man and best friend, T-Roy, would allegedly shoot and murder a 17-year-old boy named Modell. Not even 3 weeks later, on the morning of October 30th, 23-year-old Derek Johnson, known as Crack, would drop his little cousin to school before going to get a coffee. Not long after, shots would ring out and Crack would be face down with 16 bullet holes in him, including his neck, chest, back, and face. Von once more was heavily implied as the main suspect for this murder.
After 28 years living
said, "I'd
this
be
life
motor
in
in and do
Washington,
none."
you can
I
lose touch
guess.
with Maine. Susan Collins is trying to keep it so members of Congress can get rich on insider trading. Tell Susan Collins to stop the congressional stock trading.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix.
Now, Murder for Survival would be one thing, but Von being an avid user of the platform X, formerly known as Twitter, would be something that allows us to get some sort of insight into his mind, and these tweets would suggest that he got more than a feeling of survival from these murders. Following the deaths of both Modell and Crack, Von would tweet some sinister things. A week after Crack's murder, Von would tweet saying, "Acting tough, 6 shots up in your face." And the week after that, he would double down by saying, "Bang 6 times, all face." Although the crime report I looked at didn't state exact specifics, it does say Crack was shot 16 times.
Oh, dirty bastard. Okay, my nigga, no.
Including the face.
Search ODB. Oh, shit. Oh, he does look like him. He does look like him. That ass. The fuck? That might be his dad or some shit. That's actually crazy.
So 6 shots in the face would definitely be believable. Not only is this more gruesome and violent than just shooting someone from afar, but the fact he wants to relive it by announcing it publicly shows how much Von enjoyed the brutality of this murder.
Yeah.
At the start of
That nigga will kill motherfuckers for fun like this is fucking Call of Duty or something, bro. What the fuck?
November, he also
That's
tweeted,
crazy,
"Damn,
chat.
Modell and
I
Crack
would
got
never
killed
do
in
that shit,
October.
man.
Who's gonna get killed in November? Stay tuned." Suggesting he
That's
saw
crazy.
these murders as some sort of game or sport. I believe the reason he's able to see these deaths this way is due to that desensitization to violence. Repeated exposure to violent events definitely may have desensitized Von, making these violent acts feel justified. Also, with the added element of wanting revenge, he definitely didn't view these killings like a regular functioning human.
I ain't like he doing. That nigga's actually crazy, but I don't give a
Self-identification as
fuck.
a demon after his friend's death indicates internalization of a violent persona, possibly as a coping mechanism or acceptance of a perceived destiny shaped by his environment. Also, the social
Bro,
media
look at
mockery
yo.
or acceptance
Look at this nigga eye, bro. He look like a fucking demon, bro. That nigga, what the fuck, bro? He look like a demon.
of perceived destiny shaped by his environment. Also, the social media mockery is another part of the psyche that can't be ignored. Publicly mocking deceased rivals indicates a lack of empathy and possible antisocial personality disorder traits, such as disregard for others' feelings, deceitfulness, and hostility. ASPD.
Hold on. Antisocial personality disorders. First is one, disregard for other feelings, deceitfulness, hostility, lack of empathy, lack of remorse or guilt, explore, manipulate, or right. But that sounds like me. That sounds like me. I gotta go check the fucking therapist. No, I'm joking. You ever had a gym teacher that made you play testicle tag instead of football? Are we being serious right now, my nigga? Holy shit. Yo, what the fuck are you talking about, my nigga? Like, you gotta but I ain't gonna lie, bro, you piss me off, you fucking... Ooh, boy, you lucky I'm in a good mood. Call you the... Ooh, you fucking... Should I play that new Young Thug? You fucking...
is what is commonly known as psychopathy. Von has a strong case for ASPD, as he never once displayed any signs of remorse or guilt for the actions he did. In fact, he showed enjoyment, pride, and excitement, like he wanted to keep doing it. Alongside this psychopathy, Von using social media as an open diary to boast about violent acts suggests narcissistic traits, including a need for admiration and a sense of superiority. So by 18 years old, Vaughn was already a narcissistic psychopath with a heavy
What the
desensitization
fuck?
to murder, and these traits would only reinforce and worsen as time went on. In 2012, Vaughn would be imprisoned for unlawful possession of a firearm. He would remain in jail for over a year, a period spanning from November 2012 to February 2014. When he came out, the violence started back up again. I'm not going to focus too much.
Nigga said when he came out, the violence started back up again. Nigga, nigga was terrorizing the neighborhood, bro. They were good for a whole year. Nigga came back doing some stupid shit.
Much on the particular details of his alleged victims, but this next one does need some context to really understand the evil inside. 17-year-old gangster disciple Jakara Barnes, known as K.I., was a legendary figure in Chicago gang history. The Chicago Sun-Times referred to her as a female assassin. She was allegedly heavily involved in the killing of O.D. Perry, so her beef with O-Block and Vaughn was intense. However, Vaughn would treat K.I. very differently to his male rivals. He would tweet her constantly and act as though he was flirting with her. However, it's highly probable
Yo, nigga, flirting with your ops is crazy, I ain't gonna lie. Nigga said good afternoon, wifey. That's crazy.
that he never actually liked her, but was probably trying to manipulate her so she could let her guard down, allowing him to kill her. He would say, "I think I love you," and call her wifey multiple times. Someone years later also allegedly
Nigga, Vaughn was the crime rate. On God, he was the crime rate. The nigga was the crime rate, my nigga. That shit is fucking crazy. Nigga will go to jail, the crime rate will literally just be down. He come out of jail, that shit go up to 100.
hacked her Twitter account and posted her DMs with Vaughn, and he was asking to sleep with her. This was prior to him going to jail.
This nigga told her, "What's up? I'm trying to change you." Nigga said, "What's up? I'm trying to change you up. I'm trying to change you up. I'll grade you. I want a nail. Son, what up? You got me fucked up, man. No bullshit. On that lady, that wasn't me, but you for real, straight up? When all this bullshit over, when all this bullshit over with, I'ma have you alone. No bullshit. Where you at, girl?" He's flirting with the ups.
But when he got out, things got more hostile. Vaughn had lost a friend whilst in prison called J Money and would come out to K.I. mocking his death on Twitter, a taste of his own medicine. She even tweeted,
She said, "How it feels to lose two homies while you behind them bars during that time." Damn, that's crazy.
that if she could, she'd dig
Fuck, would I dig Jamuna up and shoot his pussy ass again? Damn, that's fucking crazy,
J
my
Money
nigga.
up and shoot him again. Vaughn would stop tweeting her for a couple months, and on April 11th, 2014, K.I. would be standing on a porch before being gunned down. She would be shot 9 times and be pronounced dead 2 hours later.
That's crazy, nigga. That nigga don't play, my nigga. That nigga really hunting down the ops for real, my nigga. That nigga looking for the ops, nigga. Where they at, nigga? They don't know what to do with that, nigga. Vaughn really, yo.
Vaughn would be picked up by the police later that month, but he was never formally charged with K.I.'s murder. The police were unable to charge him due to inconsistencies with witness statements. However, many years later in 2021, police finally revealed the murder was indeed Vaughn's doing. Again, following this murder, Vaughn's mockery using social media would continue, tweeting, "I see people aren't gonna get the picture till they get put in a
I see motherfuckers gonna get a picture until they put it in the frame."
with a laughing emoji,
That's
which doesn't
crazy.
seem like the worst thing, but it becomes more sinister when you find out that was one of K.I.'s final tweets a week prior.
I guess you niggas gonna get a picture until one day of your head, put it in that frame.
After getting released by the police who failed to charge him with this murder, he tweeted, "Beating bodies ain't no going to prison," which fed his narcissism and made him feel invincible. And
That's
Vaughn would
crazy.
prove how invincible he truly felt years later.
If you have Snap or Medicaid, you may qualify for a free iPhone or Samsung plus up to 10 gig.
Due to K.I.'s notoriety, allegedly killing up to 17 people as a female gang member, a documentary was being made about her.
17
Due to an
people?
oversight from the production team or just
That's
a lack
crazy,
of
my
research,
nigga.
they decided to ask King Von himself to be a part of the documentary and to speak on his relationship with K.I., not knowing that Von was her murderer. Von jokes about how he wanted to sleep with her, occasionally grinning, as the murder potentially replays in his mind. Being in this documentary would have boosted his narcissism, knowing he wasn't just getting away with murder, but was being able to mock it on a bigger scale. In Von's mind, impunity was
That's
constantly
crazy.
being enforced. This is the ability to act with
My nigga.
exemption from punishments, losses, or other negative consequences for his actions. Repeatedly evading legal consequences may reinforce his belief in him being untouchable, making
That's crazy, my nigga. That is actually crazy. Nigga, going to jail makes you feel better about yourself. That's actually insane.
risky and criminal behaviors something he'd want to keep pursuing. In fact, the same month he was released for the KI murder, he would murder again. On the 29th of May 2014, a birthday party would be going on that Von attended. It's stated that Von was chatting up other party guests until he spotted two rival gang members at the house and took off. Time went by, and later on, one of Von's rivals looked up and saw Von with an associate approaching the house, and the two of them fled. Von chased them whilst firing his gun, hitting both
Nigga, Von chased them. That nigga chased them.
of them, but they got away. When the smoke had cleared, Malcolm Stuckey, a 19-year-old that wasn't one of Von's rivals, was face down on the grass between the sidewalk and street. He had been shot 4 times, including one to the head, and would be pronounced dead at the scene. The reason this is important is because although Von almost certainly did this murder, he would never brag about it or make fun of it on social media. This shows us that Von's satisfaction only comes from making his rivals lose their friends. He enjoys brutally taking something from them, and not just murder in and of itself. Von will remain in jail for this murder, awaiting trial, from June 2014 to December 2017. 3.5 years in jail. However, by some powers, he managed to escape long-term punishment. Von's accomplice in the shooting would back out of his deal with the courts last minute, and in a crazy turn of events, Von would get away with this murder as they had no more strong witnesses willing to testify against him. I don't even think it needs to be stated how much this would have been a driving force for his grandiosity and narcissism, as down the line he would continue to be braggadocious about what he's done in the streets, but upgrading from Twitter to a more artistic format. After coming out of prison, he seemed to have a particularly strong bond with his friend from young, Dirk Banks, known as Lil Durk. Dirk also came up in Southside Chicago, but had made it out using music. Dirk knew about the work that Von had done in the streets, and knew that telling these stories would appease music fans in that genre. So with Dirk's encouragement, Von picked up a mic and started rapping. Von was used to bragging about his street work via Twitter, so he quickly became accustomed to spilling his truth into his raps, saying lines like, "Quarter body, beat that body, catch some more."
That's crazy.
Which could be a reference to any of his alleged murders, even some I haven't covered. In fact, Von would gloat about being 3 murders away from having double digits.
What? I think I catch 3 more. I'm double digits? Yo, what the fuck? Yeah. Yo, this nigga talking about dead people like they're just some fucking like toys or some shit.
Which really makes you question how dark he could have been, and his work in the streets has even coined him with the label of a serial killer. A serial killer is a person who murders 3 or more people, check, with the killings taking place over a significant period of time in separate events, check. Their psychological gratification is the motivation for the killings. The motives of the serial killers can include anger, thrill-seeking, financial gain, or attention-seeking. Von's motives could have been any of these. The anger from getting revenge for his murdered friends, the thrill-seeking if these murders are just a progression of his deviance as a child, or the attention-seeking as even when he wasn't a music artist, he would still use social media to gain street cred and a level of notoriety for his violence and evil.
That's crazy.
As surprising as it may sound to have a serial killer in the modern...
My nigga, would y'all, I ain't gonna lie, if y'all go to jail and King Vine's your cellmate, nigga, just kill yourself, bro. Literally, what the fuck you gonna do, my nigga? Just like literally, just do it, bro. Like, what the fuck? There's nothing else you gonna do, my nigga. Like, bro, what the fuck? You with the demon himself, bro.
Day, let alone one that became a famous music artist. This label may actually be true for Von. Starting a music career provided an outlet for his experiences, but he continued to glorify violence in his lyrics, possibly making this the way to gratify his criminal activities and status, without having to continue the risk of getting caught in the streets. He gained a big audience for his gritty lyrics and depiction of the realism of being a killer in the streets, and this allowed him to be put on a big pedestal for these acts of evil. Von's success in music didn't stop his deviance, however, but from what I've researched, it stopped him murdering directly. In August 2020, a rival of his named FBG Duck, who also made music, was gunned down in Chicago in front of a designer store. Although Von wasn't physically there committing the murder, he allegedly put a $100,000 bounty on his head, using his new...
Damn! That nigga wanted that nigga gone for $100,000.
Music money. This further proves that Von's satisfaction comes from seeing his rivals die, more than the act of killing itself. Von felt on top of the world. In October that year, he put out a tweet saying, "Everything you out there doing in the streets, I've did it times 10 and got away with it. I got caught for it, got out again, and did it some more. Then I got rich and took care of everything and everybody. We'll never be equal. He clearly felt super prideful that he'd done so much and believed that he was the top guy in the game. But they say to never be too comfortable at the top.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I was getting married, going from surgery to implants, and thank
holy shit,
goodness with Nuvia.
Von had a minor beef with another artist named NBA Youngboy, who had an artist sign up.
It's the two demon. Hold on, what do you guys think is the biggest demon? Youngboy or Von? I think he's Von, I'm gonna be honest. Von was really like, for me, Youngboy is a demon. Von is a demon.
Under him named Quando Rondo. And amongst the street nature, an associate of an op is also an op, so Von and Quando didn't like each other.
R.I.P. Von. R.I.P. Von.
One day after one of Von's shows, he would be outside a club and see Quando, and within seconds, he'd swing at him and start a fight. However, Quando's friend Lil Tim would hop out of the vehicle and shoot Von. Von had been hit multiple times and would later be pronounced dead.
What the fuck, man? That's crazy, man. When King Von died, the whole world died. The whole world went quiet. Like, the whole world went quiet. When that nigga was killing, everybody was turned. Now, that shit crazy as fuck, my nigga. Everybody was turned. Nigga talking about, I don't even know who Tuka is. But niggas knew who Tuka was because of this nigga, man. That shit crazy, bruh.
Von's psychological profile is complex, shaped by early trauma, environmental factors, and individual choices. His behavior suggests the presence of antisocial personality disorder, characterized by a pervasive pattern of disregard for the rights of others and societal norms. The combination of a traumatic upbringing, lack of...
No cap, when he died, everyone felt it because he was on a crazy run on God. Nigga was on a crazy one killing motherfuckers. Nigga, he was on a crazy one killing motherfuckers. Well, you know, he said himself, you kill, you get killed.
Positive role models, reinforcement of violent behaviors, and absence of legal repercussions created a perfect storm for the development of his criminal identity. The only time Von ever showed vulnerability was upon learning about his best friend's death while he was incarcerated. Von was imprisoned awaiting trial after his murder of Malcolm Stuckey.
Nah, his life is crazy, bro.
His best friend and right-hand man T-Roy, who Von had committed a lot of these violent acts with, was shot and killed in a shop. Von would admit that upon hearing about T-Roy's death, he was in tears.
Miss my dog. Before they get my dog, I was locked up. Kill me.
Nah, Pop Smoke shit, niggas really felt bad. Cause Pop Smoke was gangster, but like he was not known for killing. And plus, they just killed that nigga like out of nowhere. And that nigga was in the craziest New York run. He was finna drop an album. It's like, bro. And I was dead ass like at the time, he was my favorite artist for real. And that nigga actually died like out of nowhere. And I ain't gonna lie, around that time, a lot of niggas was dying. Pop Smoke shit shook, bro, cause that nigga, people come to the park. Like, come on, that nigga was on a crazy run for New York drill. And then he died.
Broke down, I ain't cried so long.
His admission of crying indicates that he was capable of deep emotional connections, albeit limited to a select few. It was the same emotions that he channeled after the losses of his other friends to turn to killing as revenge. Despite these moments of grief, he did not regret his involvement in the street life. This suggests a compartmentalization of his emotions, where he could experience personal loss without reassessing his lifestyle choices. His music career, which celebrated and glorified his violent actions, not only reinforced him being dark and twisted, but also potentially influenced others, perpetuating the cycle within his community.
I ain't gonna lie, all this shit just summarizes that King Von is a fucking demon, nigga. King Von is a fucking demon, nigga.